Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We are going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I am going to let you know what I picked up, what I'm aiming to leave in the store, what I don't want to get, and then you let me know down in the comments whether or not you were interested in any of these things. I love hearing what you have to think. Remember, we're trying to act as adults here. Nobody needs to be cussing someone out over makeup. We can discuss and disagree like mature adults. Can't believe I have to have this disclaimer, but I keep getting these super rude comments from actual adults being rude about makeup. Please don't do that. Let's be better than that. It's just colored powder. Everybody needs to calm down. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I am a big lover of beauty makeup and I love spending my time here on YouTube just talking about it, trying it, reviewing it, hopefully loving it. And if you want to see more of that, don't forget to subscribe because right now I am uploading every day until Christmas. And yes, the big elephant in the room, I did dye my hair. I am ginger right now and I'm not having any extensions in right now. I do love having extensions though, so I'm sure that at some point I will get some. But yeah, this is my hair right now. I did go to a salon and I did ask to be ginger spice but make it 2022, and I really feel like that is what I got. I wanted this like light copper with the blonde framing at the front. I'm really liking it, and if you don't like it, you don't need to tell me. You really don't need to tell me if you don't like it. You can say that on, like, there are forums for that online where you can talk about how much you dislike how I look. You don't need to do that here on my channel. Again, we're adults. But let's go through some of the newer releases that has come out. I will say I did buy one of these things. And let me scoochie. Also, I did film this as like a reel or something. I used a palette that I've really been enjoying this year, which is the Unearthly Vitality palette. I used this one to create this almost like candy corn look. I still didn't try candy corn. I'll do that in 2023. But am I in a good position? I feel like I'm in a good position. So I did film that. I'm putting it as a reel. Also, just so you know, I will leave a link to that down below as well. Unearthly did open their shop again. So if you were one of those people that were waiting for Unearthly to open their shop again, they're now open again. And most things, maybe not all of them, but most things are restocked. So if you were interested in that, I will leave a link down below. And you can use my code Angelica if you want to save 10% off at Unearthly. But let's talk about the thing that I bought. I did buy something, and if you have been here for a while, you will know exactly why I bought this. And NYX Cosmetics released a new foundation, and this is the NYX Bear With Me, like the matte blur one. Wait, Bear With Me Blur Tint foundation, and this is a blurring foundation that has a more of a matte finish, and I've been a little bit more into matte finishes lately. I like to be able to control my glow myself. Like, I would like to add glow where I want it to be. I don't really want to be all over my skin, if I'm gonna be honest. That's something that I have realized, especially like the longer that I'm in the beauty community and the more that I'm trying different kinds of formulas, I've realized I want to control where the glow is going. I don't want to have glow all over and then have to add powder. I would like it to be in the opposite direction, like to have it to be like a satin matte, somewhat matte finish, and then go in and add glow where I want it. I've realized that that is what I like. I actually bought two shades. I think I bought number 6 and number 7. I might be mistaken. Those are the two shades that I bought. But yeah, Bear With Me, the original one, which was more of a natural finish, is the best foundation I've ever tried from the drugstore. Fortunately, it is discontinued. It was so good. It was so good. I really loved it, and I'm just so sad that they discontinued that one. I still have it in my collection. I refuse to get rid of it because it's so good. Maybe I should have worn that one today. That would have been a really nice one to wear today since we're talking about it. But now they're releasing this new version. I'm super excited to be trying out, because I will say, when NYX gets it right with complexion products, they really get it right, and I have high hopes for this one. Also, foundation that we talked about last week that I said that I bought, because I have a lot of foundations that I love that are more high-end, and I want to find some more favorites from the drugstore so that I can recommend stuff there as well. So I did buy that new foundation from L'Oreal, and it is now available at Ulta. I actually bought this because they had a sneak peek opening at Amazon, and I don't love shopping from Amazon. I have said this before, but I thought that this could be a good opportunity. And they said first that mine was going to be delivered, well, it was already supposed to be delivered, and then all of a sudden they changed the delivery date to like Christmas. I don't like that. that means that you sold me a product that you did not have in stock. I don't like that. I don't like hidden pre-sales. I don't like when brands are selling you things and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, we didn't have it in stock. I don't like that. So I canceled my order and I bought it from Ulta instead. See, this is why I don't shop from Amazon. No, that is not the reason why I don't shop from Amazon, but I try to stay clear of Amazon to the best of my ability. Sometimes that's the only place where it's available, and then you have to go with the flow, so to speak. Like I can't be fighting society on every on every angle, but I did buy this from Ulta and it is available at Ulta now. Ulta actually got a lot of new things, and they also got that new e.l.f. primer in that we talked about last week, the one with niacinamide. So check out the new section at Ulta. They actually do have quite a lot of new things. And let's not forget, let's squeeze in here that my bestie Heather Austin is having a favorites bundle with Sigma. I am super excited. I cannot wait to be purchasing this one. This is releasing today. It might actually be live as you're watching this. I will link the set down below. I will link Heather's video down below because I know that she just posted her announcement about this set, and I'm just super thrilled for her. I mean, I love Heather, I love Sigma Beauty. This is a match made in heaven. This is a brush set, and I'm just very excited. I'm excited for my friends having these amazing opportunities, and I cannot wait to have mine, Heather's, and Karen's boxes together, like the trio of BFFs that we are, and I'm just super excited. So do check out the set down below in case you're interested. There's a really nice savings on this bundle set. I do usually have a code with Sigma that is Angelica, but it's not valid on like collaboration pieces, but if you wanted to buy something else, you can get some money off. But super excited. Congratulations, bestie. I cannot wait to purchase this one, and yeah, link down below. Another thing that is upcoming, this is also from the drugstore, but this one I'm not as excited by, and this is from Physicians Formula. I feel like Physicians Formula has been that brand. There's a couple of brands at the drugstore that when people are mentioning questionable shade ranges at the drugstore, I feel like Physicians Formula is always, the name is always in the mix. It's always mentioned, it's always in the mix. And this is their Spring 2023 collection. The concealer comes in 6 shades. I mean, I understand that not everyone can have like 100 shades. And I honestly don't even think that I don't think that all brands should have that. Every brand should be really good at something. Not every brand needs to be good at everything. But the least you can offer is more than 6 shades, especially when 3 of them look very similar. Like envelope, recycled paper, and just coffee stain on recycled paper. I do think that even if you are a drugstore brand, 6 shades is kinda... It's not really great now, is it? That's not ideal. So there are 6 shades of the concealer. There is a liquid bronzer and a liquid highlighter in 1 shade, by the way, just throwing that out there. There is some pressed powder, 2 shades. There is a super slim liquid eyeliner, Diamond Last Mineral Wear Diamond Setter. What is that? Is that a lip gloss and a brow gel, I think? I think that's what it is. I get it. I am a big fan of smaller curated collections, but not necessarily when it comes to complexion products. I think that some drugstore brands do it pretty good. I feel like NYX is pretty good with their foundation and like concealer ranges, and they're usually somewhere between like 20, I know that the Bear With Me concealer comes in like 18 shades or something, and I feel like that is good. So maybe if you want to be like, you can like maybe 12, but like 6 is just, I don't think that that's enough. I personally don't think that that is enough. Let's talk about the new release from Kaleidos Makeup, and this is the Winter 2023 collection. This is more lip waltz in the Cloud Lap Lip Clay. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Polar Placid Cloud Lip... Polar Placid Cloud Lab Lip Clay. Wow, 6 words. But this is the liquid lipstick formula from Kaleidos. It is really nice. It dries down matte. It feels plushy and not drying and just moussey and really cloud-like. It feels like cloud-like on the lips. And I know that clay isn't something that you want to have like maybe as a description in in a lip product, but I will say the finish of it, it feels smooth, like really smooth clay, but not super drying. It doesn't crack like clay. I think this is a really beautiful formula. I love that they're coming out with more beigey shade that doesn't lean too pink. I think a lot of people will really enjoy that. Plus there is one that's called Golden Raisin. I swear it's made for me. It is a yellowy brown. I'm so excited. They did tell me that they sent these to me in PR. I'm very, very, very excited to be trying this out, especially the Golden Raisin. The Golden Raisin looks amazing. This is coming December 19th. I will leave a link down below. And no, Kaleidos does not have discount codes. I don't think that I think they had that for a very short time, but they don't really do discount codes. I get a lot of questions about that, in case you're wondering why I'm telling you that. Let's talk about the sneak peek that we got last week. And this actually got announced as I was uploading the video. And this is the new collab between Pat McGrath and Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I really, really, really do. I love a couple of things from Pat McGrath, but I don't love the entire line. I feel like you can tell by the way that I look. I love more bright colors. I love a little bit more playful makeup. I like not necessarily going for stuff that is like wearable or perfect. I am not a working makeup artist anymore. So I like to have something in my collection that's like more playful and they're a little bit more bright. And I don't necessarily always think that Pat McGrath does things that fit my makeup aesthetic. With that being said, blushes, highlighters, concealer, foundation, absolutely wonderful. But her eyeshadows haven't really had the color stories that really drew me in. Although I will say that Bridgerton First palette, really beautiful quality. But I think it's the kind of palette that I prefer mixing with other things. The big palette is the Mothership 6, the Midnight Sun edition. So that is just a repackaged palette. And what I will say is that that palette, right now, you can get that palette on sale at the Pat McGrath website, which I think is a mistake because that means that she will be selling the same palette for 2 different price tags. But basically, since one of them has Darth Vader on the front, you're paying double for it. I don't think that that is maybe the smartest decision that she's ever made. And I'm telling you right now, if you love Star Wars like me, and if you already own the Midnight Sun, do not buy a double. Don't pay $128 for a Star Wars sticker. You can get that on Etsy and put it on yourself. Don't do that. Really don't do that. And also really think about, is this things that you really want, or do you want it because of the Star Wars? Because my initial reaction when I saw this was, holy bananas, I'm sending you my debit card, just give me one of each. But the more I looked at it, the more I realized it's just because it's Star Wars. That's why I'm interested. So I think what I'm gonna do is that I am gonna buy a couple of these items. It is releasing today. It might already be available. Check the link down below. It is releasing today. And I remember the last time that Pat McGrath had a Star Wars collection, because this isn't the first time. It was a hot mess. It was honestly awful. The release was awful. It was so disoriented. Like, it was... I didn't buy any of it because I don't like when if brands tell you this day, this time, and then they change their mind and do something totally different, and then it sells out. They didn't even save stock for the initial time that they were... No, I don't like that. I didn't like that launch at all. I thought it was a mess, so I didn't buy any of that. But I might buy some of this. And I was thinking, I don't want to do a dedicated video because there are people out there that are probably going to spend hundreds of dollars just to buy each and everything of this, which is hundreds of dollars. This is probably adding up to like $500-600 if you buy all of it. It's not worth that. But I was thinking I was gonna do a video where I use this makeup together with the Star Wars makeup from ColourPop, and we can have a discussion about the differences and what is worth it and what is not worth it, especially in the eyes of someone who bought it mainly because it was Star Wars. So let me know if you're interested in that. I got some suggestions about that, and I'm very excited about that because that's actually what I was thinking about doing when I first saw this collection. So yeah, I will be buying some of these pieces if I can, and I'm thinking about filming that sort of a video. Let me know if you think that that will be interesting. Another thing that is, I think this is available now at QVC. Tarte is releasing everything at QVC. I'm guessing Tarte is selling like butter over at QVC. In Sweden you say sell like butter. Säljer som smör i solsken. Går åt som smör i solsken. Wait. Am I losing my native tongue? Wait. What is this saying? Oh my god, help, help, send help. But yeah, it's probably selling really good over at QVC. They have released this Shape Tape Glow Powder Palette. It's 3-piece complexion set, and it is a glow bar powder palette. Wait. I'm so confused. Also, there's a set with a brush and a Shape Tape concealer. Oh, I see. But it seems to be like a face palette that has 3 different shades that you can mix and match. It works on different skin tones. I wish we didn't do that, but at the same time, it looks pretty cute. It looks very glowy on the model here. But at the same time, you see when the model is holding up that palette, don't they all look very light? Is that because of the studio light? Because if that is because of the studio light, that's a crappy photographer that is making the palette look different in, like, am I the only one that's seeing that? Huh, I didn't even notice that before. That is a little peculiar. Let's also talk about the new collection that has been sneak peeked by Too Faced, and this is, I'm guessing they're also spring 2023. Too Faced is notorious for sneak peeking and for showing and for releasing collections way ahead of time, which, I mean, I feel like other brands are like catching up on that as well. It feels like beauty is becoming a little bit more like fashion. Like some brands, not only are they planning their collection years ahead, they're also starting to showcase their collection like fashion brands are showcasing their collection. Like right now, for example, or like this entire like fall season, fashion brands are showing their spring releases. And I feel like makeup brands are starting to get into the same cycles. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't feel like maybe that is needed. Like, did we need that? I don't feel like we needed that. But this is called Pinker Times Ahead, and it is an eyeshadow palette. There's a couple of blushes, a blushing highlighter, and a pink eyeliner, which I think actually is a really cool idea because that eyeliner formula is actually a really good formula. This palette looks eerily similar to that palette that they released, was it 2 years ago or last year? I feel like they've released this palette before, but I feel like that about all or close to all the releases when it comes to palettes of both Too Faced and Tarte, that everything they released, you're thinking, is this new? Or is it just new, like an old palette with new packaging? Because it all looks the same. So I don't know really what they were thinking about that, but maybe that is what's selling. Maybe that is what's selling, what people are interested in. I just don't understand why their customer would be interested in buying this same palette again, this same, quote unquote, same palette again. That is the part that's confusing me a little bit, but maybe that's me. Maybe I'm thinking that they're more similar than they actually are. The blushes look really cute, and I like that the front of the blushes actually seem to be the color of the blushes inside. All of these seem kind of light on this photo, but I also will say that if a blush has a sheer formula that is buildable and not a white base, they can like look good on a lot of different skin tones because they won't have that white base. So that depends on the formula, I would say, but you're gonna have to let me know what you think about that, because obviously the skin tone, there's an orangey one there. I wonder how orange that is going to look in real life, because I prefer an orange that has a yellow undertone instead of like a more pinky corally one. Oh, speaking of Tarte, we have new. These are, I think we talked about these, but these are available now, and this is the Glowlight Skin Filter. I think that this is probably somewhere in the similar ballpark as the Auric Glow Lust, the Hollywood Flawless Finish by Charlotte Tilbury, and that new Glow product from E.l.f, you know, the one was like a dupe. I think this is the same kind of a deal. It's like a sheer skin-like glow product that you can use either as a primer or a highlighter or an all-over product if you want to have a super glowy skin. That is what I'm thinking that this is, and I'm actually kind of intrigued to try this and see how this is. It's formulated with hyaluronic acid, squalane, porcelain flower, algae, and mineral pigments. $30. Leaves skin with a dewy glow, no shimmer or sparkle. Ultra fine powders to help blur the look of porcelain lines. Oh, okay. Where is this available? Where Where am I buying this? I will link it down below. I might be intrigued. Oh, we saw the sneak peek last week and we were fairly correct in our guesses, and this is that Rare Beauty has launched their Positive Light Under Eye Brightener. I think that this is something that could be used either as a just like a corrector under concealer, or on its own like the Touche Eclat? Wait, not the Touch. Oh my god, I have really Americanized myself. The Touche Eclat by YSL. That is like a sheer kind of illuminating concealer that is just meant to like give a sheer wash of color to just brighten your under eyes. It's actually a really, really pretty like concealer that's not super high coverage, but really just brings some, it really looks good if you're not expecting to have full coverage, of course. I'm thinking that this might be the same. I'm kind of intrigued, and I like that in the swatches they were showing that this is indeed not a full coverage concealer kind of a thing. I feel like the swatches seemed very true, like you could truly see that, oh yeah, this is more of a sheer wash of a thing. I like the applicator with the metal thing as well. I might be intrigued by that as well. Oh my god, look at me. But yeah, I think that that looks promising. Something that I looked at and I absolutely did not like the look of for two different reasons is this new Clean Fresh collection by Covergirl. This is two things. It is yummy lip glosses, those we have talked about before, now they're apparently available, and it is the Color Clean eyeshadows. It says 9 different color stories, but they look they're so similar. I'm just saying this as someone who loves color and as someone who loves variation. Some of these did not need to be made. Some of these are so similar to each other that like it just becomes redundant to have they're just very similar, some of these. That's what I'm trying to say. They have one that has like some kind of a blue in there, but that is an all shimmer one. And I understand that this is what people at the drugstore might be looking for, but I looked at all of these and I was like, oh, 9 different ones. I'm sure there's going to be one that I like. No, there is not. And also it says clean on the front. Clean color. I don't know what that means, but I'm just like, The lip glosses look cute though. I like the variation of them. I like that they really look like it more like a juicy, non-glittery formula. That could be really nice, but yeah, I think that I'll sit this one out. Essence is coming out with a Positive Vibes Only collection, and I am unsure how to feel about this collection because it is like, it looks fun, but it also looks very, the design choices were truly choices with this one. I mean, it's probably super affordable. I think that they're launching this one in Europe first, like Essence usually does. Essence is a German drugstore brand, but it's like a color changing lip glow, color changing blush stick. You're gonna get pink. You're gonna get pink. It is what it is. The eyeshadow palette seems cute. I had the worst luck with Essence eyeshadows. I did film the yearly full face of the worst makeup of the year, and I truly hated the makeup look that I did. So that's gonna be something for you to look forward to. But I will say the color selections of this palette looks good, but like this whole, I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it. The Baked Highlighter, that's the one that looks pretty. Like that cool tone, almost mauvey nude. That one looks cute. The rest, I don't know. Oh, let's go into the weekly ColourPop segment. This is Coquette Dreams. This is a Pretty Please collection inspired by all things angelic and dainty. I usually like the packaging of ColourPop. I think that they usually do really cute packaging. This one looks like the scrapbook project that I was forced to do in middle school. I don't know how I feel about the packaging of this one. I'm unsure. I will say that the inside of this palette, because there's a bunch of things in this collection, per usual, I was kind of thinking and hoping that ColourPop would be embracing smaller collections, because they did a couple of those smaller collections, but no, they apparently need to have 10 things in every collection. I like this color story for what it is. If I'm gonna go cool tones, I much prefer it to be leaning a little pinky mauve red over like just straight up gray. So that could be something. Let me know if you're interested in seeing this one in action. ColourPop does send me PR. I did get the PR last week. I think there's something up with the postal service here in Austin, because sometimes packages takes, like I can see on the tracking that it takes a really long time here in Austin. And like last week on Friday night, I got 2 PR packages from ColourPop at the same time. They were literally stacked on top of each other, which means that the postal service took 2 weeks to deliver one of them. And I'm not like complaining, I'm just saying that somewhere they're like resting for a bit. So I'm sure that I will eventually get this collection in PR. Are you interested in seeing it in action? Because I will say, even though like I'm not offended by this color selection, I'm not like jumping for joy either. But on the other hand, maybe I'll feel differently when I see it, because there seems to be like a cool tone red in this palette, and those have a tendency of persuading me. Well, I actually have this one, but it's like in a pile of things over here, but I am intrigued in this one and I want to use this somehow. And this is from LH Cosmetics. And when we talked about LH Cosmetics, was that a week or 2 ago? I don't remember. I did say that they had one more release that was coming, but they hadn't shown it yet, so I didn't want to spoil it for them. And this is the Basic Elements quad. So this is a quad of more sparkly metallic shades, and they are all named after, well, elements like nature, you know, periodic table. Like it's AG, AU, CU, and then it's LH, which is of course LH Cosmetics, ha ha ha. And that is a dark gray with multicolored pearls, and that one looks really incredible. These look interesting. I haven't swatched them yet, but let me know if you want to see me have this one, like use it in action or something. It is available now. I will link it down below. I think it looks cute, especially if you're more into smaller compact palettes and you don't want to have those big all shimmer palettes. There has been some whispers in the corridors about a new Major Dimension palette by Patrick Ta Beauty. I saw this picture at Trend Mood now when I was saving pictures, and I must have missed this throughout the week, so I don't know exactly. The brand confirmed that it's a Major Dimension. There must have been something with like a story or like a news segment or something from the brand that made people suspect that there's like a new palette in the works. They have two palettes, and both of them are very neutral. One is like a more warm browns and bronzes and like more those kind of tones, and then there is one that is more like neutral browns and mauves. That is the range, and I think they're very similar. I think that what we're gonna see is a neutral palette leaning more cool toned. I don't foresee them doing anything out of the ordinary. I don't foresee any kind of color coming from this brand. This is just me talking. If they do, listen, I'll buy it, but what I'm thinking, it's probably like a taupey neutral palette. This is my guess. There is a new palette coming from LC Cosmetics. I feel like we don't talk about this brand a lot anymore. I wonder if they're still like releasing stuff or what's going on. But this is the holiday, it says holiday 2023, but I'm guessing it's holiday 2022. This is the Minimalist Special Edition palette, the volume 2. So it has 5 shimmery shadows, and for me, this is a no. I don't mind neutrals, I really don't, but I prefer matte neutrals over shimmery neutrals, and this is a palette with 5 shimmers that in the pan don't look special, but on the other hand, maybe they will look as cool as the little palette from LH Cosmetics does, because when I saw that, I was like, oh, I can definitely see that these are like more special shades. So maybe if these are 5 special shades or like toppers, or they have something fun to them, maybe it could be something, but I don't think that this is something that I'm gonna be going out buying, but maybe it's amazing. Who knows? I've never tried the brand. Have you? Just putting on some more of this lipstick. This is from ColourPop. This is Check Please, but they discontinued that one years ago, but it's one of my favorite like orange bright lipsticks, and I really like it. This top is annoying. I want to be cute. Can you just cooperate a little bit? Oh, we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming because HipDot had those little figurines with Sesame Street, and that was the only figurines that they came out with that they didn't have a collab with before. So I already put that in the, like, I put that in my memory bank at the back of my head. I was like, oh, so there's gonna be a Sesame Street collab with HipDot. So this is the HipDot and Sesame Street. They're coming up with 3 different palettes and some lashes. This is Elmo, Cookie Monster, Big Bird, and Snuffle Upagus. I've never watched Sesame Street. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That seems cute. These look nice. I can't really see any like close-ups here, but it very much looks like one of these shades is a pressed glitter. I don't love pressed glitters. I want to stay clear of pressed glitters. Sometimes in a big palette there'll be like 1 or 2 pressed glitters, or there'll be that kind of a formula where they're like encapsulated in the eyeshadow and it's easier to work with. But in a 6-pan, I don't want to see a pressed glitter in a 6-pan, because that means that there's only 5 eyeshadows and then the pressed glitter. I really don't want to see that, and I can't say if it is that, but when I'm zooming in, it very much looks like a pressed glitter. So I think that this will be a pass for me, but it's launching on the 15th. I will link it down below, but I think I'm opting out. This is very interesting, even though I will say the shade range of this one is questionable, but I think the reason why the shade range is questionable is that it right now is Asia exclusive. And this is the Fit Me Fresh Tint, a vitamin C skin tint with SPF 50 from Maybelline. And this is just a BB cream makeup meets skincare. I think that this could be really good, but it's only available in 6 shades right now. And if this, I'm wondering if this is one of those things, like if it sells good, they'll like expand to other regions, but it cannot be 6 shades. We already talked about this. 6 shades is definitely not enough. And I'm actually kind of shocked that they're only releasing 6 shades in Asia as well, because like, even though sometimes we say like, oh, in Asia they have a limited, there are a lot of different skin tones in Asia. We need to remember that, and I honestly think that just releasing 6 shades in Asia is like atrocious. Like my friend Karen Harris is from Asia. None of these shades would fit her. Fit me? Well, not her. Doesn't fit her. Let me know. Am I off here? Because like, again, I don't know the whole backstory, but 6 shades that all seem to be within a very specific range of skin tones, I don't see that as like maybe the best fit, pun intended. E.l.f. has come out with a retinol serum. This is the Youth Boosting Advanced Night Retinoid Serum, and this is only $22, and I feel like this could be a really good hit for the brand if people like it and if people think that this is a retinoid that actually works. Because I don't know about like the amount of percentages, I don't know anything about the ingredients, but this is the kind of product that I'm very interested in hearing some skincare influencers talk about. And I also am really intrigued by this one, not for me, but I think a lot of people will be interested in this. And this is the Pharmacy Wake Up Honey Eye Cream, because I know a lot of people love the honey products from Pharmacy, and for them to come up with an eye cream within that series with vitamin C, I really think a lot of people will really love that. Per usual, most skincare brands will be like skin type, normal, dry, combination, oily, all of you. Put it on your pet, put it everywhere, put it on toast. It is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I think a lot of people will like this. I don't think it's something that I'm going to be purchasing, but I think it's going to be a good release. There's also been 2 new fragrances that I wanted to end with. And the first one is from Clean. I feel like Clean has a lot of scent profiles. When I read them, they sound really interesting. And then when I smell them, I'm like, they're not exactly what I was envisioning. This one doesn't sound like something I would love, but I think a lot of people would though, because it is called Reserve Sparkling Sugar. And there is a huge bulk of people out there that loves a scent that's very sugary. And this is a warm and spicy gourmand scent with black currant, peach nectar, and white musk. And it is inspired by, this sounds like the description of an MLM. Inspired by a wink and a smile. Okay. This fun and flirty fragrance blends cassis berries and luscious peach nectar with soft pink sugar to create an irresistibly sweet, but not too sweet, I'll be the judge of that, scent with a little sass. I don't think, this doesn't sound like anything for me. I like a fruity perfume, but this one, I mean, it has sugar in the name. It's going to be way too sweet for my liking. But another fruity perfume that I already put this in my wish list at Sephora. I will at some point put this, I will buy this. This is from Fleur, and this is the Tangerine Boy. First of all, it's orange. Can you tell what one of my favorite colors are? It's orange. This is a fresh and citrusy fragrance that is tangerine, lemon, and amber. And I love, with a burning passion, a fruity perfume that is not too sweet or too, I don't want any florals and I don't want it to be too sweet. One of my favorite fragrances to wear is a unisex fruity perfume, and I'm kind of hoping that this will be that, since it's called Tangerine Boy. I don't feel like I'm totally out of my depth by saying that I'm expecting this to be a little unisex. So this one is available at Sephora now. I will link it down below. This is already in my wish list. I'm excited. There's also right now 20% off full-size perfumes at Sephora. I will put the dates on how long that it's going on if I can remember in the description box. But yeah, check that out if you were interested in perfumes. Like I said, I will leave a link down below if you were interested. But yeah, I am very... Oh, it says unisex fragrance that blends seamlessly to the skin. Oh, and it has ginger as well. Oh, yeah, I think I would really like that one. Let us just quickly double check if there's anything new that we want to talk about before we head out. No, we seem to be good. Okay, that was it for this week's episode. Let me know what you were the most interested in. For me, it is those drugstore drugstore foundations, but the main reason is that I don't have really any drugstore foundations that I love, and I want to find one that I'm like, this is great. Not just great for the price, this is a great foundation that I can recommend. So that's why I bought both of those. I'm also very intrigued by that perfume that I talked about last, and the yellow tone liquid lipstick. I can't wait to try that one. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. Don't forget to check the description box for more info. If you're interested in what I have on my face right now, that is going to be in the pinned comment. And yeah, I had a lot of really fun and really long videos this week. So thank you so much to everyone who has watched them and that has left a lot of really sweet comments. I truly appreciate it. I will have a video tomorrow as well, and I will see you then. Bye!